Hey everybody, excuse me. This is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, September 10th, 2020, and we again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. Boy, what a day this is. I mention this each day, but my preferred time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades is at the end of the day. The reason why is that during the day, the algorithms and the day traders, they are in control of the price. Excuse me. At the end of the day, excuse me, the large financial institutions come in, they take the control of the pricing away from the day traders and the algorithms because they are making their end of day decisions with so much money, and that moves the price. I consider them smart money. They have the best technology, best information, very smart people. And what they're doing at the end of the day is what I want to do at the end of the day. I want to follow them. I want to ride on their coattails. So that is why I prefer to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions right there in the last few minutes. Well, this is quite a day, I must say. The Dow is down 285 points, down 1%. The S&P or the Nasdaq is down 174 points, down 1.5%, and the S&P is down 1.3%. And we were green earlier in the day. So this has been quite a reversal here, to say the least. So let's take a look, see who's here. Dan is here. Hey, Dan, good to see you. Hello, Greg and Gossett Group. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're doing well, Dan. Johan is here. Hi, Johan. Great lesson last night, and nice chatting with you today, and nice chatting with Kamal today. Kamal is here also. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for the scan today. Evan is here. Good afternoon. Hello, Evan. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here as always. Miko, 25, is here. Hello, Greg and everyone. Hello, Miko. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. William Green. Hello, Mr. Green. How you doing, Bill? Hello to all. Hello to William. Steve says, hello, everyone. This is a kangaroo market jumping all over the place. It's insane, Steve. It's insane. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for coming. Always appreciate you being here. Always an honor and a privilege to have the great Steve Burns in our chat. I really, really mean that. So thank you, Steve. Frank is here. Hello, Frank. Good to see you. Hello, Greg and friends. Hello, Frank. By the way, I just saw your email on my phone, and it looks like it's the song that you released, and I wanted to check with you. Could I share that link on the live stream? I think YouTube will let me do it, but I won't be able to do it today because it's on my phone, and then I have to switch it all over to my computer. You know how that is. I'd have to send the link and all that, and I don't think you can post the link in the chat. You can try. We can see if it will go through, but if it doesn't, and I get your approval, then I will post it tomorrow. So looking forward to listening to that for sure. Tracy Peterson. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. If Paxton's there with you, please tell him hello for me. All right. Wow. What a day. That's all I can say is what a day. Let me check on something real quick. I'm managing another account over here, and I just have to check because of all this craziness. Yeah, yep, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, so here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. We're going to get that out of the way. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. Had a couple day trades today. I'm going to share those with you as well. Then we're going to go through the board, take a look at the list, and see how your positions are doing up here on the board. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology, most important part of trading. If you're a complete trader, you have got control of your emotions and you follow your plan. So, I mention it every day, but it's so true. So we've got to spend a few minutes and talk about that every day. I wouldn't feel right if we didn't talk about it because it's that important. After that, I went through my list today. I also went through Kamal's scanner today, and we're going to look for some potential end of day setups. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a trade. First requirement, have to have a confluence or a combination of signals lining up. Second requirement, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio. There's lots of times where you can have a really nice confluence or combination of signals, but when you look at it with the human eye, it may not give you a good risk to reward. And risk to reward is so important. You know, I had a lesson last night with Johan, and Johan really gets how important risk to reward is. It's just as important as your setup, possibly even more important when you get down to it. So we need to have a good risk to reward ratio. If we're going to risk $100, we want to be able to make at least 200 or more to the upside. And then number three, please, you know, I mention this each day, but please keep in mind the correlation of your positions. You don't want to be too heavy in any one sector, because if that sector gets hit, you're going to get hit, you know, exponentially. In my opinion, the best idea is, you know, have a few select good positions, and ideally have them be non-correlated, or in other words, have them be in different sectors of the market. Not all tech, not all healthcare, not all, you know, whatever, but have some diversification like gold, bonds, silver, and then on your stocks, have some diversification like, you know, maybe a tech stock, maybe a healthcare stock, maybe a tobacco stock, whatever, right? So those are the three requirements. I'm going to go through the watch list. I have identified a few. As we get closer to the end of the day, we'll go through each one. We'll narrow it down, see if we can find the very, very best one at the end of the day. And if I find something that looks good at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and buy it. After the market closes, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any stock symbols that you'd like me to look at, put them in the chat, put an asterisk by it or an emoji so I know it's time sensitive. And then if you have any new entries or exits today at the end of the day, please wait till after the market closes. So I'm done trading, pressure's off, I'm done teaching, and then we can spend the time we need to get those all updated. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Hold tight, gonna run the US legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie. Now, let me do this over here like so. Sorry, I've got my hands full today, so forgive me. And then we're going to get to it. So let me just write this note down here. Okay, that should take care of that. And one more thing, gosh darn it, I apologize everybody, dang it. Okay, here we go. All right, now we're all set. Okay, Frank says, I would love it. Thanks, Greg. Yes, so I will do that tomorrow when I have time to switch it around, and I will put it up there. And we'll all check it out. And this is Frank's new song. Gary M. Hey, good to see you, Gary. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Mr. Gary M. Good to see you. David is here. Hi, David. Hope you're doing well. I think about you and your shoulder, and I hope everything's worked out with that. Thanks for coming. Frank has a poem for us. Now you see it, now you don't. The market goes up, then it won't. When markets get fickle and gains are a trickle, stick to your rules and you won't find yourself in a pickle. As soon as you said the word fickle, I'm like, oh man, he's going to have a great rhyming word with fickle. And I was wondering what that was. Let's try it one more time. Now you see it, now you don't. The market goes up, then it won't. When markets get fickle and gains are a trickle, stick to your rules and you won't find yourself in a pickle. Yeah, I would imagine there are some people finding themselves in a pickle today. So, very apropos, Frank. Thank you so much for that. Okay, let me save that. Bum, bum, bum. We'll do that over here like so. Over here. Okay. Boy, the market is just melting down, I have to say. It's melting down today. Okay, here we go. First trade of the day. Real quick, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk and I sell it first thing the next morning. This is based upon long-term backtest studies from Liz Ann Saunders since 1993. And she's at Bespoke Invest. Since 1993, two approaches here. First approach, buy the SPY at the open. Hold it through the day, sell it at the close. This approach done every day since 1993, you'd have returned a negative 13.9% return. However, doing the opposite, buying the SPY at the close, holding it overnight, selling it first thing the next morning, this approach gained 634.2% return. So big difference between when you buy and when you sell the SPY. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. We know that. That is true. Just because it's worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future. But if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be something that has good backtested results. And this certainly does. Over time, all it's done is gone up, but there are significant drawdowns. They're not fun. When you look at a chart, you're like, oh yeah, I could deal with that. But in real time, they are tough. So if you're considering using this approach, please use a very, very small percentage of your capital to do it with. For me, I probably am about 5 or 6% of my capital each night that I use with this approach. So that being said, I did buy the SPY yesterday at the close. Oh, move the marker over here. I bought it at $339.79. And I sold it today at $341.71. So bought it at $339.79, sold it at $341.75. So really nice overnight trade. And you know, it goes without saying that I'm glad I got out at the open before we had the big move down today. All right, silver. Well, shoot. Kamal, Johan, Dan, Yas, and Quad and myself, we did buy silver yesterday. I bought it at $25.19. Nice pullback to value, sideways motion. It went up initially. It was looking really good. It didn't quite hit a profit target. Didn't even really get that close, but it was up over 1% at the open. But it's moved down with everything else. So I am down 0.75% on the trade. Not too bad considering today. So my stop on this trade here is a close below halfway the washout bar, about 24.52. So so far slightly down on the trade, but grateful it's not more, that's for sure. Okay, Apple. I did have a day trade on Apple today. Bought this higher low close above the 200-day moving average. I got in at 117.38. Here's the higher low. See how this is higher than this and this. Higher low. Give me a good risk to reward ratio. Took off my way initially. Was looking pretty good. Then down, and then this bar here closed under. So I got in at 117.38 and I got out for a loss at 117.23. So 15-cent loss, not too bad, and I'm certainly glad I got out because it's gone way down since then. Then I did have a trade on the Qs on the 5-minute. Bought here with the close over the 200-day moving average, bought at 277.06. Moved up, just got to my level where I kick into trailing stop mode. It closed under the previous day's low. I decided to just get out of the whole trade here because here we have another higher low V1 and this bar closed below halfway of this bar. So the market was, you know, not responding very well, and I just felt like it was the right thing to do with the close under the previous day's low and this closing lower than this big bar, this washout bar. So I got in at 277.06 and I got out at 277.63. 3. So happy for a little gain regardless. So all right, that's it. Let me take a look over here. Oh man. Let's see. Okay. Man, my trading platform is frozen up. Shoot. Okay, well, this is what I'm going to have to do then. I'm going to have to shut this down. Man, apologize everybody. But I have to reboot this thing back up. Man, today's been one of those days. Okay, I'll be right with you. Okay. Let's hope that works. Apologize, everyone. Steve says, wow, XLE lost the 30 RSI. Big warning sign for this market. That's the energy ETF. Steve says, most of my watch list has bearish moving average crossing under signals and under the 50 RSI. Yep, moving average crossovers under and losing the 50 RSI is not a good sign. That is for sure. Okay. Let's hope that got me back what I needed to do. I think it did. Okay. Okay. We are back in the game. All right, let's start it off. Monster Energy. All right, so Johan and Steve bought this yesterday with the 520 crossover. However, right in the last few minutes, the 5 uncrossed, which doesn't happen a lot, but it was over and then it crossed under. So I know from reading Steve's post that he got out, I think, where did you get out, Steve? You got out at like 82.50 right at the open, which was a great move because now it's down 1.8%. So if you ever find yourself with a crossover and you're in and then it uncrosses, probably a good idea the next morning at the open. If it's crossed under, just go ahead and get out. And I believe that's what Steve did. And I know that's what Johan did as well. So that was a really good move. Showed a lot of good trading discipline. But sometimes you'll get in something and then the last second it will cross under. And at that point, it's usually a good idea just that first morning. If it's above where it was supposed to be, keep it and then watch it. But if it's underneath or there's a crossover, or if the RSI is, if you went under 30, over 30 and it opened under 30, just go ahead and sell it at the open. Boy, market's really going down. DGX. Yas bought DGX at 109.04. It is currently 110.15. It is up today, 2.9%. So it was up much higher, but be thankful this is green on a day like today. That's all I can say. So very, very nice. Very nice, Yas. Alibaba. Gary sold puts on Alibaba expiring 9/18. The 240, 235s, which basically mean he sold a put, he bought a put, he sold a put at 240, he bought a put at 235. As long as it stays above the 240 price, and right now it's 268, he will keep the entire difference on the spread of the premium that he sold. So still a lot is down today, but still a lot of protection. Walmart. Carol bought Walmart at 144.32. I haven't seen her on the live stream here, so I don't know if she has this still, but this is down 2% today. AGG. Carol bought AGG at 118.68. Is up today a little bit, but quite down on the trade. So I don't know if Carol's still in that. I hope she's not, obviously. Eli Lilly. Oh my gosh. Gary M. Well, here's Eli Lilly, 149.63. Moved up, big down, up, and just big down today. So this definitely looks like the day we want to be out of Eli Lilly. Gold. Gary and Dan bought gold at 84.40. I did as well. It initially went up. I got out half here, closed under both the 5 and the 20, and then the 5 crossed under the 20. I got out. Went down a little bit more, rallied back up. This was like silver. It was up nice earlier, but then has reversed strongly. VIPS, Carol and Yass bought VIPS at 17.51. Down a little bit today, not too bad, only down 0.6%, but it might be closing under the 200-day moving average. Going to be hard to find winning trades today unless they were short. Bob bought Johnson & Johnson back here at 147.39, had a big move up, then down, rallied a little bit yesterday, but down strongly today. Underneath the entry point here, and looks like it's lost the 50-day moving average and the 50 RSI. Snap, Karen bought Snap here at 22.90. It's 23.22, was up nicely before it gave it all back, but still positive on the trade. BAC, Gary bought BAC at 26.05. It is 25.14. It's down 1.45% today. WDC, Quad bought WDC at 35.22. It is 36.15. It is down today, but still up on the trade. Yass bought the junior gold miners at 58.35 here. Down today, but still up on the trade, so thankful for that. Goldman Sachs, Kamal bought Goldman Sachs. This has been an epic journey on Goldman Sachs. Bought it at 203.79. Was up, down, rallied hard. Looks like it's going to close below the 200-day moving average today. And this, I believe, was Kamal's line in the sand with the close under the 200. So that's probably his end-of-day stop. DBX, Johan. Oh, this was up so nice earlier. Johan bought this at 19.87 with this close above the 200-day moving average. Good risk to reward. Had a nice move up. Was up earlier. But going to have to watch that end of day and see if that closes over the 200 or not. Right now, it is right at the 200. EVRG, Quad bought EVRG at 52.90. It's at 52.23, so down today and a little bit down on the trade. FCFS, Bob bought this way back here at 58.10. It's 60.83. Still up nicely on the trade, but down 2.95% today. Intel, Bob bought Intel back here at 49.22. Had a nice run of it, but it is just giving it all back in the value zone. Was holding yesterday, but down today. So depending on what you used as your stop. I got in this trade as well. I was going to use a close below halfway the washout bar, which is not quite there, but that's kind of a bummer. STZ, Evan bought STZ at 178.12. Nice run up, down a little bit today, but not too bad. IAU, Frank bought IAU. Gold ETF at 1865. It's been up and down and up and down. It was up earlier, positive on the trade, but is down now and looks like underwater on the trade. USO, Kamal bought USO yesterday at 27.40. Down today 2.3%. Looks like it's lost the 100-day moving average and lost the 30 RSI. Microsoft, Brian bought Microsoft yesterday, wasn't it? Yep. It was yesterday. He bought it at 209.17. It is down 3% today, down $6.51, down 3%. So this one's underwater on the trade. Facebook, Brian bought Facebook at 273.40. It is now 267.99. So this one's down 2% on the day. Pretty rough day all the way around here. AMD, Brian bought AMD at 80.68. It is now 78.78, down 3.83%. This is a nasty day. Brian also bought Teladoc yesterday at 200.22. It is now 197, down 1.53%. TWLO, Brian bought TWLO at 229.88. This one is slightly up on the trade. It was up really nice earlier, but man. And then FNV, Frank bought a half position, thankfully, on Franco-Nevada Corp at 150.30. Glad you only bought a half position, Frank. Right now it is at 146.18. So, boy, this is unbelievable. This is really just unbelievable. Holy smokes. Okay. Give me one sec, please. Okay. Gary says, Greg, I'm out of Lilly and BAC. Okay. How are we doing on time? Okay, I have time to do that real quick. Glad to see that. So Lilly's gone and BAC is gone. All right. Yep, this day is not looking good. You know, we went for so long with things just going up, and you know, when I was having my lesson last night with Johan, I was saying, look, in the past 2, 3, 4 months, it hasn't been reality. There's been no price movement up or down. It's just been up, straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up. And, you know, now things have changed. Frank says, a penny can still make a difference in the markets. Yes. Adam says, bought Tesla pre-market at 375, sold at 388.50. Very nice, Adam. Very nice. So you bought it in the pre-market and sold it. What's it at right now? I imagine it's lower than that. 367. So perfect. Karen says, hi Greg, did Snap reject 70 RSI? I should probably sell half. Let's take a look. $65. It got to about 65.04. Karen. But this is pretty bearish. It's a V1 to the downside, false breakout to the downside. It's still holding that 5-day, you know, that you could consider using a close under that as your stop, but holding up pretty well considering, but no, it did not reject the 70 RSI. Frank says stopped out at cost. Well, there's the sign of a good trader, everybody, when you are a break-even trader. If you're, you know, that's why when something goes a certain amount my way and then comes back to my break-even point, I just go ahead and get out. I don't want to let a gain turn into a loss, and that's a sign of a mature trader, which Frank is. Glenn says, hi, Greg. Hey, Glenn, good to see you, bud. Plunge protection team are trying to defend 3,300. Yes, that is a key level for sure. Thanks for letting us know. Glenn's always really good with that kind of stuff. Mount Doji, hey buddy, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Rough day. Hello everyone. Gung Ho Nature Gamecast, best investment app to start a newbie. Best investment app to start. I don't know if I really have any answer on that. My best advice, self-serving advice, would be, you know, on my YouTube channel, I have lessons. They're totally free. My best advice would go and watch that whole lesson playlist and watch them. They're free, and I think you're going to learn a lot. Now, as far as an app, which ones to trade, there's a bunch of them out there. I don't really have any experience with them. I know there's Robinhood. I know there's is it Webull? I think. You know, I like platforms like Schwab or Merrill Lynch or Thinkorswim. Probably didn't answer your question, but I'm sorry, but I don't use a lot of apps, so I'm not sure. But thank you for coming. I appreciate that. All right. Let's check in on the Qs, see how they're doing intraday. Yeah. Starting to at least not going down anymore. That's a good sign. All right. No problem. Thanks. You bet. Sub. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I would watch my lessons. I mean, I think they're pretty good and they're free, so it's a good price. Tracy says, how many educations are there? Is it in an order that they should be watched in? I think I have them in the order that I would prefer people to watch them. Yeah, I think I did those in order, and I think there's 9 or 10. Glenn says, Wealth Simple Trade in Canada is having technical issues placing orders. Another Robinhood app. I've heard about issues with a lot of apps, even Thinkorswim, but I'll tell you, you know, Charles Schwab's pretty good, although I do have an issue with it freezing up, and I don't know what that is, but anyway, I just have to restart it. Listen, before we start taking a look at potential end-of-day trades, I just want to touch on trader psychology. I mention this each day, but there's some really good Facebook and Twitter channels out there that do a great job of reminding us about important sayings about trading philosophy and, trading good trading words of wisdoms. And one of my favorite over on Twitter is Julian Komar, at blog Julian Komar. I pull from Julian's account a lot, like I do Steve's, because both of them are really great. But let's see what Julian has to say. 80%, more than 80% of traders lose money in their accounts. You got that? More than 80%. The other 20 have a time-tested trading approach with an edge, repeat their trading routines every day, cut losses very quickly, have the right expectations, work on their mindset every day. So let's take this in. More than 80% of people lose money trading. So you probably should do the opposite of what they're doing. Most likely the 80% that's losing money is not doing these things that the other 20% are. This also means that 20% of people are taking 80% of people's money. But in order to be in that 20%, you have to have a time-tested trading approach with an edge. We do a lot of back testing on major moving averages. That's good quantified data. Even like the overnight SPY trade, there is a quantified edge, but you have to have something that has an edge. You have to have something that can be back tested, with a computer, or if you've had many years of using an approach that it works. But you can't just randomly buy things. Then it's just a 50-50 proposition. You have to put yourself in a position where you're better, where you have more chance to win than you lose. Number 2, repeat their trading routine every day. Get in the habit of having good trading approaches. I mean, my routine is very strict. Just from me getting up, having coffee, going over here, what I do, it's just the same every single day, which is a little monotonous, but it works for me. Number 3, most important, cut losses very quickly. Okay, I should say the 2 most important, position size correctly, and number 2, cut losses very quickly. You have to. The only way you're going to make money is by cutting those losses quick. I always use the garden analogy, right? You have a garden, you're growing vegetables or you're growing flowers. Those are your stocks that are going up. Your weeds, those are your losses. And with anybody that does gardening knows that you need to keep the weeds out of the garden. Otherwise, it will take over what you're trying to grow. Well, those losses are going to cut in to what you're trying to grow, which is your money. So keep that garden free of weeds. Cut those losses quickly. That's what you have to do. Have the right expectations. In the last few months, people's expectations is like, I make 20%. What, a month, a year? Oh, yeah, month. That's not a realistic expectation. The best traders in the world don't do that. The best traders in the world, the very, very best traders in the world might do somewhere between 30 and 40% a year, right? Not a month, but a year overall, right? And those are the best traders in the world. Those are the Michael Jordans of the world in trading. Last one, work on their mindset. This is hugely important, keeping neutral, not getting too excited when you're winning, not getting too depressed when you're down. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is position size correctly. If you position size very high and you have a big day, it's going to rev up those emotions. If you position size very high and it goes down big, you're going to go into despair and you're not going to follow your plan. So anyway, 80% of traders lose money. Let's do what the other 20% do, the ones that make money. Have a time-tested approach with an edge, repeat their trading routine every day, cut losses quickly, have the right expectations, and work on their mindset every day. Thanks, Julian Komar. That was a really good post, I felt. Thinkorswim has been great since they did the update. Couple bumps during update. All else has been good. Mobile app works well. Thank you, William. Glenn says, trading goes against human nature. You have to buy when you're scared and sell when you're comfortable. Totally true. Master the emotions and you have a chance. Stick to your rules. 100%, Glenn. Fantastic saying. That is true. Stephen Goldstein says, you have to not take a trade when every fiber in your body is screaming for you to take it, and you have to take a trade when every fiber in your body is screaming not to take it. Right? Gary says, for those in the channel that haven't been through Greg's one-on-one lessons, you should really consider them. My trading has gotten significantly better. Oh, thank you, Gary. Appreciate that. Yeah, Gary and I had some good lessons. I do teach lessons. It's a course, 15 hours, 5 sessions, 3 hours each session. So I'll talk a little bit about it at the end, but thank you, Gary, so much. I appreciate that, my friend. All right, let me do a little checky check over here. Okay. All right, well, let's go down through the symbols and see what's happening. All right, number 1. Lamb Research. This might be interesting to Miko25. Okay, well, talk about a scary trade. Here we are. Did we go under the 30 RSI? Let's take a look. Looks like we bounced right at the 30. It looks like we bounced right at the 30. We're right at the 200. Look, this is a legitimate trade. It's super scary. It's super legitimate, but it's super scary because we're at a confluence of a 30-day moving, 30 RSI and a 200-day moving average. It gives a good risk to reward ratio, but the way the market is down here so much right now, I mean, it's very likely that we could follow through tomorrow. On the weekly, I like it. It's in the value zone. I like this trade, honestly, but I'm going to give it one more day. I'm going to take a look at it again tomorrow, but I'm going to give this one more day. I'd feel much better about a clean test of the 30 RSI and then back over, and then a clean underneath the 200 and back over. I like this trade. If somebody forced me to take a trade today, it would probably be this trade because it is holding the 30 support and it is holding the 200-day moving average. But my gut tells me to give it one more day and get more of a rejection underneath. So that's what I'm going to do. Pod. Well, again, we had a big down move and a V move right back up, which I'm always concerned about these. I like it to come down, have sideways motion, then kind of take off, or at the very least have a higher low V1. But that's why I only took silver yesterday. So I didn't take any. Obviously I didn't know the market was going to be down like this, but the market in general, like the Qs, we just had a hard down and a bounce. And hard downs with bounces usually fail in my experience. So that goes for pod here. I'm not going to do anything with pod. Upwork, we do have a 520 crossover today. At least we did earlier, 1483, 1480. It does backtest well, but from Kamal's backtest shows a big drawdown. I don't like that we rejected the 1 ATR channel over here. I don't like we have a V1 to the downside. So I'm just going to let this one go as well. TSN, big day. Man, Tyson Foods, holy smokes. Remember we took the trade there. Big day up here today. It's a V2 with a gap. Way too big. Risk to reward doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever here. Casey General Store, boy, nobody wanted it yesterday and everybody wants it today, don't they? Holy smokes. It's a V2, technically. Here's bar 1, here's bar 2, here's bar 3. Bar 2 washes out bar 1, bar 3 is above, has a big gap. I would not take this trade. LKQ, back in the value zone. We are moving sideways here, but no trigger. Wing stop. Don't like this either. It looks like it went under 30, over 30 yesterday, but we thoroughly rejected the negative third ATR channel above us. Rejected the 5-day moving average above us. Yeah, I don't like this. I mean, it's up today, which is important, but VWM. I don't see anything on VWM here either. DGX, which is Quest. Oh boy, I remember buying this here. It looks like, oh, is Yas still in this? Oh yeah, I think we talked about that. Oh good, good for you, Yas. 109.04, I remember I got in here. I had to get out here when it closed below the 200, and it's up 3.488% today, so that's good. Very nice, Yas. But I would not buy this here now. UNG, no, I don't see anything on UNG here either. PD, no, don't see anything here either. If it could have a nice, strong, clean break back above the 200-day moving average in the negative third ATR channel, I would consider it then. But no, nothing here. LKQ. We are back in the value zone. We do have some sideways motion. This is sideways motion. We're down, sideways, 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 sideways. V1, V2, I would consider it, but not today. AT&T, haven't seen this one for a while. No, I don't see anything there. In UUP, it's a nice higher low V1, but it's a little too high for me to take. And the dollar, this dollar index, you can go many minutes with hardly any movement or trades, which I kind of don't like. So the only one I would consider today at all would be Lamb Research, with the rejection of the 200 and a 30 RSI. But I just feel like I'm gonna wait and see if I can get a close under or close back over. But all in all, pretty decent. On the monthly, it's in an uptrend, which is positive. On the weekly, it's come back into the value zone, which is good. This is where it probably should bounce on the weekly. And so then you go to the shortest time frame, which is the daily, to look for some kind of entry point. But maybe tomorrow if I had a V2, I'd feel better about it. Or if it went under the 200 and over the 200, I would feel better about it. But right now, I just don't feel that great about it, to be honest with you. All right, let's see if anybody else has some thoughts. William says, hello. I don't know that word. Yesterday, unmade money, but it did move higher today. What could I have looked at in the chart to tell me to hold one more day? AGRX. AGRX. Well, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with yesterday's bar, William. If you're talking about AGRX. So you had it. I did unmade money, but it did move higher today. What could I have looked at in the chart? Well, yesterday it made a higher high and a higher low. It closed above the 1 ATR channel. I think we talked about this. I don't think I would have taken the trade yesterday, but if I was in it, I would have stayed in the trade. If you have a lower high and a lower low, something like this, where the low is lower than this high and the low is lower than this low, that might have been, with the close below the previous day's low, that might have been a reason to get out. But honestly, had I been in, this would have been the day to take this 2 days ago. Sideways motion, V1, entry. If you had bought it prior to this, I would not have gotten out with yesterday's bar. There's really no reason to do anything. Glenn says, plunge protection team are throwing the kitchen sink at the market. Is it helping? Let's take a look real quick. Oh yeah, it is. Helping a little bit for sure. So far anyway, right? Thoughts on cone? Well, this doesn't look too bad. It didn't quite go under 30, but it bounced near the 30 and it bounced near the negative third ATR channel, and it's a V1. That's not too bad, Evan. That's not too bad. Hey, give me 1 second. I have to move something. I see that truck coming up. I'm sorry. Give me about 15 seconds. All right. Evan says, I'm grasping for tickers to look at, I think. Well, don't grasp, Evan. If there's nothing there, if there's nothing there, there's nothing there, right? So it's totally fine not to do anything. All right. So I manage a different account here, and Goldman Sachs is on the chopping block. So I'm going to get out of that for that account that I manage. That was the line in the sand, just like Kamal. All right, so that's out of there. Let's see, buying the SPY at the end of the day. Yes. Silver, it's a bummer, it's down. It's still holding the 50 RSI, however. So I will be keeping that. And that's it. Those are the only two I have, SPY and silver. You know, sometimes it's not how much money you make when the market goes up, but it's also how much money you don't lose when the market goes down. If Frank's still out there, I know Frank plays the guitar and I play the guitar, and in music, sometimes it's not the notes that you play, but the notes that you don't play. Kind of the same thing here, right? So yeah, it's nice to make money when the market goes up, but it's also important to try to lose less money when the market goes down, like it is today. So yeah, I just really don't see anything here that interests me whatsoever at the moment, other than LRCX. But again, I'm just going to wait one more day, see if there's some follow through and back up. Pod, it's up today. It doesn't have a good, Pod does have a good back test. 520 back test. Let me just check that. Boy. Yeah. Pod does back test positively. 211.48, 211.41. So, that is a valid 520 crossover, but I'm just going to stay away from that. Upwork also has a crossover, but does not back test well, and that's down. So, yeah, I just really don't see anything here that interests me today whatsoever. Be interesting to see how things close here. There's a higher low V1 on the 5-minute, higher low V1 on the Qs. MACD is positive. If we can come back down here, test this previous low, we'll also have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. So that's kind of interesting as well. So the Dow's down 360 points, NASDAQ's down 200, S&P's down 54. Wow. Wow, wow, wow is all I can say. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Oh, I was wondering how you've been. I know we have a lesson this Saturday, but I was wondering what you did with your positions and so forth. Frank says, well said, Greg. Oh, on the music thing? Yeah. Sometimes, it's not the notes that you play. It's the notes that you don't play. Johnson Samuel, DAL. Let's look at DAL then. Don't really see anything, Johnson, on DAL. It's above the 1 ATR channel. It's just kind of chopping around. I would wait for a pullback into the value zone before I would get interested on DAL. Frank says, I had Penn on my buy list yesterday, but never got the chance to trade it. Oh, I think I read something about Penn. Oh, geez. Darn it. Kamal says, nothing to buy today. Mostly we'll have silver at the end of the day. Yes. William Green says, Goldman Sachs tested the 100. If it breaks support, possible short. Possible. But I would probably stay away from shorting. I mean, this one's so choppy all the way around. It could just whipsaw you. I would personally just wait for a close back above the 200-day and buy it there because I know that back tests well. Or wait for the 5 to cross over the 20. Steve says 4 out of 5 days of more declines and advances on the New York Stock Exchange. Wow, how things change, right? You remember a couple weeks ago when I was saying that things can change on a dime, and boy, they sure did. Oh, you sold them all. Okay, good to hear that, Carol. Good to hear that. right, so we have 4 minutes. I really don't see anything that has to be done today. I'm not going to buy anything today. All right, I'm glad Carol sold Walmart. I'm glad Johan and Steve sold Monster right at the open. That's good. It's a good teaching experience. Kamal minus Goldman Sachs. Yep, I figured. All right, we'll get Kamal out of Goldman Sachs. And USO. Dang that USO, right? Yeah. Okay. What do we have? We have 2 minutes left, about a minute and a half. Frank says, Mama always said there'd be days like this. That's a song, right? I think, or a movie quote. I'm not sure now. Okay. Good move, Johan. It started out nice, but the market told you that it didn't like that 200-day moving average, so that's good. You know, I always talk about this and I say it every day, but be very aware of the correlation of your positions. You know, it doesn't mean you can't have five tech stocks if they're all in the money and doing well and you're adding and so forth and so on. But to take big positions, many big positions, the same industry on the same day, it can either be the best in the world or the worst in the world. And I was talking with Johan about this in our lessons, but you know, we talked in length about, you know, if you have 5 great setups, do you take them all? You can, but you know, I just learned, you know, from speaking with Steve over the years that, you know, a good approach is just to stagger them in. And then if you buy one and it goes up, then the next day you can buy something else and then you have some profit on that first one. So it's just a personal choice. Everybody can do it the way they want to do it, but that's just my preference and it works for me. William says, thank you for the advice. Much appreciated. You're welcome, William. All right. So there's the end of the day. So listen, I have an appointment, so I'm going to have to make this kind of quick. So real quick, my end of day plug, I do offer private one-on-one lessons, coaching and teaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've been trading for over 24 years. I've studied with 4 really great traders and authors that I'm sure you've heard of, like Steve Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Carol Lavorne, Larry Williams. And the course that I teach combines everything that I've learned from these 4 gentlemen into a course. It's 15 hours. 5 sessions, 3 hours. I teach you everything I've learned there. We do a lot of chart study. I ask you a lot of questions. You have to pay attention because I throw curveballs at you, but I just really need to know that you understand what I'm teaching you. And so we teach lessons, we have questions and answers, and we do a lot of chart study, just going through. What do you do here? What do you do there? What's your position size? Where's your intermediate term profit target? Where's your ultimate profit target? Where's your stop? Are you stopping here? Are you getting out of here? How do you position size for this? all the kind of stuff that's important that you need to do in trading. That's what I teach. So if you are interested in taking the course, just email me. The email's in the description. You can also send me a message on Twitter at Gossett Trading. And if you do email me or Twitter me, I'll get back to you. I'll reply and say, let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. There's no sales pressure. I'm not even going to ask you if you want to take the course. I just want to know a little bit more about you and your trading goals and your challenges and your experience. And then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course, right? And like I said, when we're done, I'll say thanks, appreciate, nice putting a name with the face or a face with the name. Think about it. If you want to take the course, you know how to contact me, and we'll do it that way. And then if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel and help keep the channel around. So those are my 2 plugs. Let's take a look. Let me see real quick. Where did I buy? What did I buy? I bought the SPY at 333.89. That's for tomorrow. 333.89. So that's the overnight SPY trade tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. And I'll sell that first thing the next morning. Silver was down, held the 50 RSI, which is a good sign. Held my my end of day profit target or stop loss. Okay. Oh, and Frank, gosh darn it. Well, this is the day you did want me to forget about Apple, huh, Frank? Darn it. Yeah, I think Frank's in at about, I forgot now. 113. Oh yeah, 113. That's right. 113 average price. So he's still up on the trade. So that's good. That's good. All right, so Goldman Sachs and USO is off. DBX is off. Kamal says USO went under 30 RSI and under 100. William says thanks for advice. Evan says you can take STZ off the board. All right, Evan. We are done there. Nice trade. LRCK lost the 200. Good thing that you waited. Oh, good. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be watching that one tomorrow, Miko, for sure. Because let's see, did it go under the 30 also? No, it held the 30, but it did close under the 200. Oh, mine shows it's above, but our charts are a little different. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Talk to you tonight. Yes, sir. Looking forward to that, Kamal. Steve says, USO is a dangerous animal this year. Yes. Dan says, thank you, Greg. Peace to you and everyone. Thank you, Dan. Johan, thanks, Greg and guys. Save the bullets for hopefully better shots. That's true. Andrea, yes, Greg's course is very valuable. Has helped me a lot. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Man, it's good to see you. It is good to see you. It really is. I'd like to catch up with you, Andrea. See how you're doing. I hear the moving business is busy, so I imagine you're moving there. Frank says, hanging in by my fingertips on Apple. Yep, you are. Brian says, keeping TWLO. Okay. Oh, I'm in the wrong one there. You're keeping Twillo out of everything else. Facebook. Yeah. Microsoft. Yep. AMD. And TDOC. Well, glad to see you getting out of those, Brian, you know, with small losses. That's the important thing. You know, Brian's really good at letting them run, and I'm glad to see he's really good at cutting them short when he's wrong. Okay. How did the Qs end up on the day here? down 2%. So the final market was 400 down the Dow. Wow. NASDAQ down 221, S&P down 59. All right. Well, listen, if you have any questions, please let me know. Oh, Andrew says, Frank, why not sell some Apple puts? So, Steve, I've got you and Johan out of Monster Energy. Both of you are out of Monster. And really nice move getting out when you were supposed to. So you didn't have to ride this down 1%. And very close to a break-even trade. All right. Apple is moving after hours. Up 36 cents. It's better than nothing, right? All right. Well, listen, I better run. I have an appointment in Salt Lake City, and so it's going to take me about an hour or so to get down there. So I'm going to cut it short. But real quick, before I go, two things. Please do something nice for somebody today. Smile, wave, just a kind gesture. The world could use a lot more of that. Please do something nice for an animal today as well. They will certainly appreciate it. And I hope to see everybody tomorrow. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I think I'll be doing a hike tonight when I get back from my appointment in Salt Lake. So sorry for cutting it short, but appointment's appointment. I better get to it. So tough day today. Hopefully we can regroup tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. Good to see you, Miko. Thanks, buddy. Enjoy your afternoon as well. Okay, take care, everyone. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.